Bonjour again. This is technically a second video, but I haven't finished doing the first. Post processing the first, because it's got loads of number plates in it, and the software that I use isn't very good at motion tracking for blurring stuff, so it's a real pain in the ass. So I don't know if that's ever gonna get up. I hope so. There's a lot of footage. Anyway, this thing is gonna get some work done today. A little bit of this thing as well. This thing is mostly done. I have got the plate on it now. Got these fancy indicators on. I've made a bracket so that instead of them sticking out like this from either side of the bike, they're linear either side of the number plate. Looks much better. Still need to find the grips. I've got grips for it, I just don't know where they are. I thought I brought them up with me, but I might not have done. What the fuck has happened here? Oh, right. Yeah, I took this off, didn't I? To do something. It's better. I'll put that back on in a minute. Maybe something I can do. First things first, though. Got to look at the gearbox mount, or more accurately, I need to build a gearbox mount for this thing. So, because the ramp is currently occupied, it's going to have to lift the front of the car up as high and as safely as possible. So what I've done is I've bought some of these dangerous bastard things. These wheel ramps. And what I'm going to do is put them in, jack the front of the car up so I can put those in without having to move the car. I'm not going to be able to roll the car up onto them, I don't think. Might be able to, it's light enough. But we'll see. What I basically want to do is put them that way, because I don't know if you can see it, but the workshop just slopes down slightly. So if there's any rolling to happen, I want it to roll back against this stop. I don't want it to roll towards this ramp. I'm going to put them backwards. But before I can do any of that, half my axle is not connected. One side is there, the other side is not, which means I need to find the U-bolts for it. And I don't actually remember taking them off. It was a long time ago, for me anyway. I don't actually remember taking them off, so it could be anywhere in this absolute bomb site of a garage. So see if we can find them. Got them. They were in a box, which makes sense, really. Where you keep that kind of shit. So now I've got them. What I've actually got to do is bring the body up towards the axle. Normally I would use this like a jack. Normally use a jack or something for that. But the only thing I currently have to hand is an engine crane. That should do quite a good job, to be fair. now I've put those U-boats down, and now I can't find them. Pretty standard for me. Where did it go? Put there. Floor. Of course they would be. It goes underneath. U-boat goes around. Maybe it's not. I think actually it's a 16. Yeah, 16. I've had to open the garage door because Jesus fuck, it's a hot day. Water is literally pouring off of me. I don't know how hot it is, but the tin roof is hot enough that every now and then you can hear it like banging with the expansion. Right, so this is what I've done. Got it up on those ramps, give me a bit more space underneath it. It's fairly stable. Dropped it here so that it doesn't want to roll forwards. I actually want it to roll backwards against these stops. Do I trust it? No. But that's the point, you should never trust it. Because when you get comfortable with dangerous things, that's when accidents happen. You are the softest thing in the workshop. Everything here is designed to butcher things much, much stronger than you are. So a saw blade, or the weight of a car, or a motorbike chain, heat from a welder, a blow lamp, whatever. It's all been designed specifically to cut through something many times tougher than you are. It won't notice that your flesh is there. So never trust it. Always act as if it's trying to kill you, because that's what it was designed to do. Don't know how well this is going to come out, but these are the mounts for the gearbox. This is obviously the gearbox mount, this is the gearbox. Every mount I've had thus far to try and get from here to there hasn't worked. I've currently got a ratchet strap holding it at the right level, the prop shaft going all the way back down, so I'm happy with this level, so this is why I want it to stay. So what I need to do is make a bracket basically if it goes from here to there. Well, this is a bolt, this comes off. There's like a bushing that sits on here. It's held on by this bolt. It's got a thread on the inside to mount an exhaust to. But that's what I need to do today, or at some point in the week. I'll probably do it today. Well, I'm going to do it today, and just see how far I get basically. Got some metal for it, so we'll see what we can do. Can you hear it? It's hot. It's so hot. So here's the thing. Measure twice, cut once. Everyone's heard measure twice, cut once. The problem comes, the problem arises when you get caught in a loop of measurement. How many times do you measure before you cut? No? Before long, you're only even measuring, you haven't made any cuts yet. You're too afraid to do so, just in case you get it wrong. So remember, measure twice or thrice, and then just do it. Get it done. I might legitimately be the sweatiest person on the planet at the minute. Where are your PPE, kids? Because you are the softest thing in the workshop. There you go. I can work with that. So I got myself one of these multi-axis jaws. There is a better name for it than that. I can't fucking remember. 2-axis, 4-axis jaws, something like that. Anyway, basically what it means is you can move the table back and forth like this. this is actually orientated the wrong way, what it wants to be like. I'll undo this. Sorry about that. It's like that, so I can get to all the controls then. Move this backwards and forwards and shit. And basically what it means is I can put it in a clamp and a vise. I don't have to spend 40 years trying to get the vise or the item correct in the vise. I can put it in the vise and then move the vise around to suit. Clean it off, see if it fits. Probably won't, but we can help. Give it our best shot, can't we? Hi, it's me again, back under the car. So, I've got these blocks bolted in place now. The reason these bolts are so fucking long was basically the factory ones it came with, the bolts only came out very slightly. They weren't very long at all, which was fine because the actual mount itself was made out of like 1/4 inch shaped metal. I'm making mine out of box section, so obviously it wasn't going to be long enough. And after messing around with trying to get the right length bolt, I decided that I was going to buy a meter length of threaded bar, cut it into 4 pieces and weld a nut on the top to make my own bolt. So then they can be really stupid long, and I can just then cut them down to the right size. So yeah, instead of trying to get it right the first time and ended it up really short, I'll go stupid long and cut them down. I've got gearbox mount on the gearbox, so now what I can do is start working out how I'm going to bridge the gap. But what I'm going to try and do is build it on the car, so rather than taking measurements and trying to work it out on paper, I'll just build it to the car, because then it normally turns out correct. I mean, it sort of has to. So I made myself a very, very overkill bushing gearbox mounty thing, but can't say it's not going to be strong. Now I've just got to weld all these up. What I'll do is I'll tuck them in place with this on where it is, just so that it stays the same shape, but I'm not going to burn rubber. Then I'll take the actual bush off and weld it up properly. Too much. I'm going to turn this down a bit. Still a bit too much. Not enough. What we want is one at about 14. There we go, that's set up. So that is just tacked into place. We do still have to be quite careful with it because these teeny tiny little spots of weld are very fragile, believe it or not. Until it's properly welded up, it's incredibly fragile. So all you do is you spot it into place and very carefully remove anything you don't want to be burnt, like rubber this. Because you've only just gently tacked it into place, there's not a lot of heat in the metal. It's basically just the weld sitting on top, really holding it into place. But that means you could literally just snap it off if you're not. You could just literally snap the metal away from the weld. The weld would break until it's all welded up properly. So that's what we're going to do now. Now you might have noticed that when I was tacking it on I had bare arms. When I was doing the welding I was wearing all of this. Wearing my PPE. That's cold. Tacking it on, just a couple of little bursts, ain't really nothing. When I want to put some heat into it, it's a different story. Not only is there more metal, not only is there a lot more metal being sprayed off, but the main light one of the large amounts of light that's put out when you're welding is ultraviolet, and you can get sunburn from welding very fast. So yeah, garb up, even gloves. Mainly gloves for me, because what I like to do is I like to hold the tip. I like to obviously trigger with my right hand and move the whole lance with my right hand, and then actually work the pool, if you like, the pool of metal with my left hand on the end of the welding tips. Obviously you need gloves for that, because your hand's right close to the molten metal and the welding going on. Now, I'm not a good welder, like absolutely not. Missed a few spots there, but that ain't half bad. It ain't all good, but it ain't half bad. Piggy mask, ear defenders, angle grinder, shitty welds. Let's make some sparks. There we go. Looking better. There is one I'm really pleased about. Is it still, yeah, still hot. Hence using the rag to move it around. There's one here I'm really proud of. Maybe not. Maybe they're all shit. We'll continue to let that cool down. We'll pop it on the car. So I fucked up a little bit. Only a little bit. These things evolve. Got a piece of metal right here. What I want to do is be able to put it up here like this. But I've done the measurement wrong, because what I've actually done is worked it out to this. So I'm just gonna have to put it on the outside like that. I think it might look actually better anyway, so get a tank of a mount when it's done. Right, well I thought I was going to do more to Mrs. Motorbike today, but apparently I'm working on fabrication, so whatever. This is what I've got so far. This is one arm of the gearbox mount. This is the bush. Just sits in there like where I would sit then like that if it wasn't in advice and that wasn't in the way. Just got to weld all these up now and good to go.